Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome to iMarkets Live and LightHauS Financial Group. This is Renee Mallory. We're going to be getting started with none other than Christopher Derrick here shortly on the basics of Forex. So stay tuned, grab a pen and paper. I can tell you this gentleman is absolutely phenomenal, truly a servant leader and, and mentor and coach for us here at iMarkets Live. So stay tuned, and we'll be getting started shortly. Well, while we're starting and waiting for Christopher Derrick to join us, here's a brief little video um, visually of exactly what Forex is. Many of you already know. It's the most liquid market on the world, being traded daily, $5.3 trillion industry. So what's exciting about what it is that we're doing here with iMarkets Live is we're bringing Wall Street to Main Street so that the um, everyday person like you and myself, my family, and your family can absolutely profit from what's happening in the world. As you can see, an exchange rate as simple as changing euros at 38 euros and 50 cents into the United States dollar actually generates revenue. Many banks, institutions, and other large corporations are doing this daily as they engage in commerce. And what we've been able to do here with iMarkets Live is basically let you earn while you learn. It's very informative what it is that we do. We have an educational platform that allows you, with the help of technology, to actually have an online trading platform. You align yourself with the broker of your choice, and when you utilize our products here with iMarket Live, including the iMarkets Live Academy, iMarkets Live TV, which you'll be seeing here shortly with Christopher Derrick, our harmonic scanner, our swipe trades app, which is very exciting, as well as our mirror trader. It's absolutely phenomenal what me and my family have been able to do here in a very short period of time. And one of the things that we have always done with LightHauS and all of our educational workshops in the community is truly allow individuals in the community to start learning about financial literacy. One of our amazing programs that we're launching and that we've been launching is our Junior Entrepreneur Program, where we've taken it a step further and we've actually allowed ourselves to create what is called the Junior Entrepreneur Trading Forex, JetFX. It's a movement. It's something that's phenomenal, and it's something that we've been able to really put together here. So give it about another 4 minutes. If you're watching the recording, you can always fast forward. I like to keep some visual things going for you. And, some of the things that we've been able to actually move forward on is definitely helping, families all around the world achieve financial security and generate some wealth for themselves. So stay tuned. Again, this is Renee Mallory with LightHauS Financial Group, and we'll be getting starting with none other than Christopher Derrick here shortly. We just got word from Christopher Derrick. 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. We'll be getting this started. This is a live event, so Again, apologize for the delay, but I'm gonna tell you what, it's gonna be well worth the wait. So 4 minutes, 4 minutes, we'll be getting started.
in detail today is the psychological aspect, but most importantly, the technicals combined together. Because once you realize how simple trading currencies is, then you have access to everything that you want. Because in all reality, once you start to see that by drawing one slanted line, right, by drawing one box, by drawing one horizontal line, we have the ability to be able to make a massive amount of money just from this alone. And this was about 443 pips. That's if you did anything less than $1,000 in your account, you had a 0.10. Then what happens? You make around $443. If you did a standard, you would made $4,436. If you did 10 standards, you would have made about $44,000. You know what I'm saying? So I want to teach everybody the simplicity of everything, and also how we overcomplicate a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? We overcomplicate a lot of stuff when it comes to trading in the markets. But we'll make sure everything's simple. Okay. So with that being said, first off, real quick, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me loud and clear. Can everybody see my screen, and can everyone hear me loud and clear? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Just making sure. Now, for everyone that's been on here, right? Everyone that's been on here, how many people that have been trading for a while have feel like they overcomplicated trading currencies? Anybody? So, in all honesty, the one thing about this too, when I started realizing to figure this out, that when I would draw something like this up, by just saying one line, one box, and one horizontal line, doesn't that kind of make you angry on the simplicity of trading currencies? It used to make me upset, realizing that I was overcomplicating a lot of things. When in all reality, if I wanted to know certain ways, okay, how did price continue to break down? Look how simple this was. I'm gonna show you guys how crazy this is. Okay, and I'm gonna break down in detail all the technicals that's necessary. But look at this. You have a line of what? Support. Hold on. See something. Pull this out. All right. You have a line of support. You have a line of a floor, which is previous resistance. If I took this box and just drew it all the way across, actually from right here, look how easy this trade setup would have been. Right here, we could have entered. And you had the potential of capturing 165 pips on the downtrend. Does this make sense, everybody? Is everybody starting to understand this? How simple that was. Now, if price continued to do the same thing, and it continued along with this trend, I now know that this is going to be an A downtrend. The wick. So when I break down the technicals for you guys, I'm gonna show you guys how simple. There's everyone tells me all the time, what is the most accurate way to draw everything up? Like, is it by no? In all reality, I utilize these horizontal lines as points, right? If I see a certain area like right here, okay, boom, is a level of support right here and also resistance, right? And then I just drew right here. I just picked a random wick. So over here, you see how it perfectly fits in line with it, right? If I did the same thing over here, look at this. Pick a random wick. Oh, this wick to the body of the candle, just a random wick around that line. And look, is that a coincidence that price taps it perfectly? Right? Look at the same thing right here. Use this line of resistance in this area. Went from this wick to this body of the candle. You think this is a coincidence? This is not a coincidence. Look how simple these setups would have been. Imagine having this entry right here by just being patient and watching. If you want to see how it looks like on a lower time frame, then you can. You can see it. It perfectly came in and then bounced right out. You saw it, boom, boom. And even if you took the trade right here, right? Even if you took the trade right here, was there any drawdown at this point? Was there any drawdown at all? If you took the trade setup right here, was there any drawdown at all? If you took the trade setup right here, was there any drawdown at all? Was there any drawdown at all, guys? So what a drawdown means is, say for instance, I press buy and it started going in the opposite direction. So did it start going in the opposite direction at all? Did it start going in the opposite direction at all? Like for instance, if you sold it right here, but price went up before it started to completely drop. It went up 94 pips before it started dropping. You know what I'm saying? So that is the power behind this style of trading. This is very simple, and we wait for the setups to happen. If I was waiting for a setup to happen right now, I'd be looking at this position. I'd be looking at this box. I honestly would be seeing how price reacts within this area. I already know there's a trend line right here. So touch, touch. So I'll still be patient enough to wait to see if it touches the trend line. Because the reason being is because even though I have a zone here, and even though I have a support line right here, okay, which is also, support line right here, I want to make sure that it's confirming that's going through the setup. Because now, if this comes up and hits right here and hits the trend line, what? Okay, I know this is elementary, but the numbers on the right tell you what numbers to put in the trade order. This just tells you where price is currently at. No, I just picked this line just where I saw a trend line. All right, guys, we have to like not complicate. If we just see an area where price is touching, I'm just gonna draw it. This is the low. Now I'm testing it. It's gonna create a lower high. All right, so real quick on this aspect, how many people are already self-aware of actually we'll just go into it. Especially for the newest people, I want people to understand on hold on real quick, guys. All right. Yes. Now, to even clarify even more, I highly suggest that everyone please also go to the IMO Academy. Between the 28th and 29th. No, I wouldn't have been mistaken at all. I wouldn't have been mistaken at all for an uptrend at all. Where was it testing support as previous resistance? You know what I'm saying? All this right here, look at this. This is how it confirms. Look, boom. Look how it's proving and showing that this is a downtrend. Look at this. There's nothing here that has showed me at all or proved to me at all that this was an uptrend. Now, in order for an uptrend to even occur, for me to have to realize that it's going to that trend, because I need this to happen. Look at this area right here, right? See this entire area. I saw that price broke above a high area of hourly resistance. And there's also a zone here. And if you look closely, there's also a trend. I wanted to use a trend line. So what happened was it broke through resistance, tested as support. Now this support, that's one confirmation. Trend line, that's the second confirmation. A zone, right, is a third confirmation. And then a pullback, which means that it tested support, which was once previous resistance or support. Pulled up, tested, pullback. What it did was it confirmed the push move, and then it confirmed the real move that happened. That's how it considered for a uptrend. Now, if it continued to do that time and time again, look closely, happening throughout this entire time. Look, even right here, level of what? Resistance. They look closely. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Even this little tiny wick to the body of the candle, look how perfectly that was. If you also want to use a trend, what did price do? Did the exact same thing. This is how you could be riding the trend the entire time. Look at this. And it even continued along with this trend line. So entry here. There's an entry right here. You see what confirms for me to go onto that uptrend? What I need is multiple confirmations. And I'm going to break down that to you guys, the simplicity of everything by breaking down each technical. Does this make sense for everybody so far? And what I'll be waiting for? So I want to make sure it's clear. The one thing that kills us is the patience. The only thing that kills us in this whole trading game is the patience. Everyone feels Now, when you first come into the charts, the market's just open, guys. Oh, the markets are open. Let's hurry up and trade. Let's make this money. Let's trade these gaps. Blah, blah, blah. All this type of stuff. I don't care about rushing to the markets. So what I want is the 4 confirmations. I'm going to break down the 4 confirmations in detail because I just gave you guys a summary. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down support and resistance in detail. I'm going to break down the zones in detail. I'm going to break down the pullbacks and the trend lines in detail. And then we're going to make sure that everyone knows those 4 confirmations. Then I'm going to teach you guys twin trading. Does that sound good? All right, this is the basics. So we're going to keep it super, super basic, but at the same time, the basics is what's needed and necessary for us to really understand how these markets work. We're going to pick a different pair, or we'll just pick a random pair and see what's up. You asking AU because you're in AU? I'm going to give another example of how simple trading could be. How simple was this trade call? To even capture minimum 110 pips. I would have collected 30 to 50 pips off this order and changed the other stop loss to stop profit. But here's another thing to be careful with, right? That's still technically counter trading. Look closely. In order for me to fully feel like it's a downtrend, I would need it to really, really break these areas and to test. But what it has done was it literally broke above this area and came back down to test. Now the thing is, the price is literally respecting off this area, respecting off this trend, which has been going on for a very long time. And it's still very possible that USD JPY could still be going up. Now, the thing about us is that no matter what, every single day, the main point is to collect our 30 to 50 pips and change the other order, the stop loss to stop profit. The reason being is because you never know. That's the thing. Like taking high probability trades, you're always going to be pretty much almost guaranteed 30 to 50 pips each time. But at the same time, you still don't know fully 100% if it's going to continue with the uptrend or a downtrend. Now, changing the stop loss to stop profit is the one thing that's going to help you, because you either wake up and you're either 5 pips in profit, or you wake up and you're over 137 pips in profit. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it simple. First thing I want to go over is the simplicity of support and resistance. Okay. Now, I see multiple areas in the market. We could draw this up like this, but how many times have we done this before? When you first start trading, how many people marked up their support and resistance lines like this? Anybody? Did anybody at all start marking up their support and resistance like this when you first started trading? The support and resistance are lines of levels within the market where price is bouncing off of either above or below. The price is bouncing above it. What do you mean? Do you think this helps out a lot more? If price is bouncing above a line, then that's support. If price is bouncing below a line, then it's resistance. Okay? So what I do now is just follow what price is doing. Okay? Now look. Well, it doesn't help me that much when I have too much in the charts. So now look. I see a level of where price is currently at. I'm like, all right, I'm seeing a level. Boom, resistance. All right. What it does is it breaks above. Awesome. Well, there's a level of resistance there. That's the thing. I'm showing you guys right now on how to keep it simple. So if I see that price breaks above a certain level, here's a resistance line here, previous support and resistance. Look, price came and tested off of it and took off. Okay. Now look right here. There's a level of resistance right here. Look how price came, kissed it a little bit, and then took off. Then I see price break above. Well, look to your left. Is there any lines that it broke above? Yeah, it did. Even right here. Look, there's a line of resistance that this broke above and tested and then took off. Now, when price broke above here, did it break anything at all? Yes, it did. This broke a level of support or resistance, broke above the resistance line, became the support, went above. What did it do? Did it break above to the left? Look at this cursor, guys. You see when you have this crosshair, you see how it has a horizontal and vertical line? Use it. Price broke above, look to the left. Oh, look, a resistance line that it broke. Okay, cool. It broke that. When it broke up that, came up, tested. Oh my gosh. You guys see how simple it is to use support and resistance when you just adapt to the market? Now this became an area of non-trendiness, but you can still be capitalizing on it due to the fact of twin trading. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be patient and you wanted to wait, what you could have done is look for an area when price was bouncing underneath, boom, testing, testing, testing. When it finally broke above, came back down, there you go. All right. Now, when price started doing the exact opposite, here was support. It broke underneath that and became resistance. All right, this broke all the way through. Where did it come up and test? Oh, wait. There's a level of support right here. It broke that support, came back up to test. Look, level of support here. Look how easy this would have been. Broke support, came back up to test. What did it break here? Oh, look, to the left, support. It broke support, then came back up to test, and then dropped. Okay? Is everybody following me so far? Look what happened over here. A level of resistance that it broke, came up and tested. trying to show you guys the pattern of utilizing support and resistance so that we could utilize it to our advantage. I'll give another example over here. Look, a level of support. When it's in a downtrend, we're looking for a sell. If it's an uptrend, we're looking for a buy. We want to go through the path of these resistance. You know what I'm saying? So look, price breaks support, comes back up to test as resistance. We're not going over gaps right now. We're going over support and resistance. So support, breaks support, comes up and tests as resistance. Is everybody seeing the routine? Breaks a certain level, look to the left. A level of support, comes back up, tests it as resistance. Look right here, look. Support, support. What did price do? It broke it, came back up, tested it, and then dropped. You see why when we're not patient, these setups are not setups. We just come in and try to take it. It doesn't make any sense. So we have to just wait and be patient. Now, what I'm going to teach you guys is this. Now that you guys have these resistance lines down, I'll show you guys something. So price broke above resistance, support. 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 Okay, cool. Now that I have these levels though, just for visual reference, just for added confirmation, is there any wicks within these support resistance lines? And I look across. Oh yeah, there is. Let me draw them. Even from right here, there's a wick. Like I could pick this wick and look, that works, right? Perfect, right? Or I could even pick this wick right here and all the way across. What I'm using is the support and resistance lines as a level to find out where all the wicks are, which is areas of price where price caught in and got the heck away from it. You know what I'm saying? Look to the left, boom. Look, wicks here, wicks here, wicks all the way across, wicks all the way across. I could pick any of these wicks, watch. Body of the candle. All the way across. Okay, there's support and resistance lines here. I could pick any wick along this line and it will give me an entry point. Look at this, watch. You want to know the right way to draw a zone? Well, look to your left. Look at the wicks within the area. There's wicks here, there's wicks here, there's wicks here. Let me pick a random one. I'll pick the one just randomly in the middle, okay? Wick to the body of the candle. Look, isn't that crazy? How it still hits it perfectly. Look to the left. Any of these wicks, there's a wick here, there's a wick here, right? Let's see, right? This one to this one to the body of the candle and then all the way across. Perfectly went into that zone, perfectly. Broke above, look, support, resistance line. Let me draw this wick to the body of the candle and then all the way across. Starting to make sense? So I use the support and resistance lines. I draw these zones just as a visual reference. Once you get to a point where you're like get really, really good, you don't even have to draw the zones. You can just see it, right? An example. Let's get an example. Let's go over here. Let's get an example. All right. Resistance. It broke above. It tested. Awesome. You have all these other areas right here. Look, where price tested multiple times, right? Look right here. Even if I wanted a quick piece of the market, test, boom. Right here, look. You want to look for a trending market? Broke support, resistance. Resistance here, support, broke it, tested. Broke support, tested. No, what represents an entry is your multiple confirmations. I gave you guys one, which is support and resistance. Number two is these zones. Number three, trend lines. So with trend lines, it's just a slanted level of a floor or of a ceiling. You see how price is bouncing off of it, and then price is bouncing off of it. I'm saying what happened was no, you wait for it to test. All right, the answer to everything that everyone's asking for is what do you look for in an entry? Is right now we have support and resistance, a zone, and a trend line. That means it's testing off right here. Here, and now testing off of right there. There's your confirmations. Another test here. Another test over here. Another test over here. What this does is it gives you just that confidence. And instead of flipping that coin, you're like, all right, guys, I'm just gonna buy or sell right now. No, like how comfortable would you feel when you saw that price broke above, came back down, hit this resistance line, which is now support. There's a zone here, check. A trend line here, check. Support, check. Pullback, check. Then you're just like, all right, well, I'm gonna press buy. You have 4 confirmations giving you a high probability trade. And when you took that trade, was there any drawdown at all? No. Within a matter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, you were up 63 pips. On a 0.10, $63. On a standard, $630. And you know the math from there. So the first thing you want to check for, right, is a pullback. Thank you. Appreciate that. Pullback, which means break of resistance and support, and to test it as a newfound support or resistance. Actually, I'm gonna break down even more simple terms. AKA break the ceiling and become the floor, or break the floor and become the ceiling. Yeah, I like it spaced out. That's number 1. Okay. So look at this. Number 1, what you want to look for is a pullback. It breaks the ceiling, this was the ceiling, comes back and is now the floor. It broke the ceiling and came back and became the floor. It broke the ceiling to the left, right, and tested as the floor. It broke the ceiling to the left and now tested as the floor. There's a ceiling over here. Oh, guess what happened? It broke it and it became the floor. That's number one. Number two is just strong area of support and resistance, aka a floor or a ceiling. What this means is this: when you draw these lines, these levels of support and resistance, look to the left. Is it testing multiple times? Yes. Look right here. Testing multiple times? Perfect. Yes, it is. Is it testing multiple times? Yeah, look at it. Look. Perfect. Yes, this is just an uptrend. It's the same concept for a downtrend. Okay? Number three, I just call it price reversal zones. Utilize the wicks around the support and resistance levels to draw the boxes. That's number three. I spelled that wrong. I apologize. I don't know what prive is, but it's price. All right. Price reversal zones. So now, wherever there's support and resistance, utilize the wicks around the support and resistance levels to draw the boxes. So now you have support resistance lines. Look at the wicks around it. Utilize any wicks that's touching these lines, and you will see that no matter what, it will respect, because the whole main point of the wicks in the first place, it means that price got in that area and got the heck away from it really fast. Okay? And last but not least, trend lines. A slanted level of support or resistance of a floor or a ceiling. Does this help with everybody's confirmations? Does this make everybody feel more comfortable when looking for a trade setup? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of this. Okay? I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to post it into the chat. So now you have a picture of all the confirmations and also a chart to give you a visual example. Does this help? Awesome. So you don't have to write any notes down. You could just use the picture. Awesome. Oh, yes. Mark on the 1 hour, trade off of 30. Awesome. Well, this was it for the beginners. I'm going to do a little bit more of intermediate at 2 a.m. Eastern, where I'm going to call out some trade setups. But at least you guys understand now, when you guys come on from Monday going to Tuesday, Tuesday going to Wednesday, and then Wednesday going to Thursday, I'll give the trade setups, but you guys will now know that any trade setup is based off these 4 confirmations. And this is what it should look like in order for us to enter these trades. On Sunday, from now on Sunday, and on Thursday, at 8 p.m. Eastern, will be these beginner sessions. We wanted to give you guys more of a chance to be on. We understand that people have full-time jobs, full-time school, whatever is going on. but at least it's a time where everyone could be on together. We could have more people on these beginner sessions because I 100%, I hope you guys could agree that even within this, well, sorry, a little bit late, I apologize, this 40-minute time frame, you guys feel that you guys gain a lot of knowledge. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys 100%. I do. So I'm gonna make sure that I give you guys everything that's necessary. When we give the trade setups, I'll also give the link so you can have the visual reference. So you have the picture along with your charts as well, so that way you can just follow the trend. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys within a couple hours, and you guys have a good night, and just be ready for the London session, guys. Appreciate you guys.